Technical Trader at TechTrader.com. It's Thursday, the 22nd of August. These are the charts for today, and as we do every Thursday, a review of the swing trades, the weekly review. I'm going to start off alphabetically with apps, which broke out a beautiful inverse head and shoulders or rounding bottom, breakaway gap on big volume, and it's run up right into the target zone at 4 3/4. It pulled back a couple days now, maybe setting up for another leg up, which should take us 5.5 and then 7, 7 1/4. AVXL broke out, and over the last month, it formed some sort of bull wedge, tightening and narrowing. It could pop it. If it does, we're looking at 8 and 9.5 potential. CRNT, after reaching the channel top, came down, hit from the falling wedge. We recommended it. It's moved from 2.5 to about 3, but the setup now looks to me like a retest of 3.5 is coming, followed by 4 1/4. EH popped after a long multi-level, multi-wave down move. We had an inverse head and shoulders today. It broke out with a spike. 5.5 million share traded up 17%. It looks to me like we're going higher. There is a juxtaposition of resistance at 15 3/4. We get through that. 17.5 and 20 are targets. FEIM exploded a month ago and then pulled back. Notice the pullback. Now 3 holds at 11.5 where support was. Now right back to near 14. The high today 14 1/4. We have a triple top there. Next target 16.5. Advance came out of a base with a breakaway gap and now a rising channel. Looking awfully good. Looking for this to extend to 13 and then 15.5, 16. LITE with a breakaway gap above the moving averages and declining tops line, and now has moved from a pullback low of 38 and change to the mid 50s, reaching 57.65 today, the highest level in a couple months. Resistance and target next 60, 61. If we get through that, that would be significant. LUNR exploded 2 days ago. We put a swing on it when it broke out. It's pulled back for a couple days now, but I'm thinking this goes up and through 6, runs to 7.5 and then 9. MYO broke out of a base, popped in that, have a falling wedge. That snapped back to resistance today, but backed off a little. Nevertheless, if we can get up through today's high, above 430, the targets are 5.5 and 6.5. NNE, long falling wedge. When it broke out, we put a swing on it. Had a bit of a follow through and then backed off, but I like the overall look of it. If this gets above 13 3/4, you're looking at 17.5 and 20. ONON broke out. It's been a beautiful rising channel for almost 2 years now. And now the extension is put right back to the June high. We can get this to 44.5. We might see 50, 51. PAYO broke out of a beautiful base with a spike breakaway, and now it's flagging. I like the overall look. I think it's a setup for more. I'm looking for an $8 stock. REFR, low price, but beautiful, multiple waves, wedge, falling wedge, lateral coil, breakout, a longer consolidation, then another pop retest, etc. It's right near the highs. My target's 285.3, 3 3/4, 4. Rocket Lab has been rocketing, and after hours has some positive news too. It's a beautiful chart coming out of a base pattern. Now we're looking for a run at the $8 range. We get through that, 10. SLQT, a low price stock with a 5-wave move, but the pullback held support. Now it's moving again. There's a wedge here. See it? You can break through that. 4 3/4 and 6 are your targets. SPRY broke out of a double top and put a swing on it and went right from about the 12.5 3/4 range to 16.5. And now it's pulled back. I think it's a buy and it's pulled back for a move to 18.19. TGTX was put out as a swing when it broke out last week. It's been flagging for 4 days. The extension on this one should get you 27 and then 33, 34. VERI broke out of a base and pulled back for a few days, but it looks like a good setup for more. 5 and 7 are targets. And finally, VRNA with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move has had a strong surge from 11 and change to 28 and change, so more than doubled and flagging. Extension target mid-30s. And let's look at the swing trades at detectortrader.com. Good night, everybody.